Hello, North Branch Chamber members. My name is Amelia Burkholtz, and I am your local librarian. I was originally asked to do this presentation at the April Chamber Luncheon, but due to COVID-19, we aren't able to meet in person. However, the library has a lot of great online resources that can be of use to you during this time of isolation and uncertainty, and so I've been asked to do my presentation virtually. All right, so here is where we're going today. I'm going to start with a brief introduction to the East Central Regional Library, and then we will talk about how you can get a library card online, and then move on to discussing some of our digital resources. We will spend most of our time exploring the databases Universal Class and Who Knew It. So the East Central Regional Library. We are one library with 14 locations, one of them being here in North Branch, and we are spread out across 5 counties. So Aiken, Chisago, Isanti, Kanabec, Mille Lacs, and Pine. And our mission is to strengthen, connect, and support our communities. So due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we launched online library card registration. So if you have never used the library before, and you live within one of our 5 counties and you would like to access our digital resources, you can. All you have to do is fill out a digital version of our registration form on our website. We ask you for your name, address, and basic contact information. Once you submit your form, within 1 business day, you will be emailed a library barcode and a 4-digit PIN number. Once you have all of this, you're all set. So our online resources, or our digital library, can be found under the Resource tab on our website. Here you can find our list of databases, which I have highlighted here with the red arrow. And you can find our ebook platforms. We have targeted collections for different age groups. And if you click on subject guides, you will also find all of our resources sorted by topic. Now, if you're interested in using your library card to access ebooks and e-audiobooks, just click on the link under the Resource tab to see all our offerings. We have a list of platforms including Overdrive, RB Digital, and eBooks Minnesota. 2 of these platforms have apps, Libby for Overdrive and RB Digital for RB Digital. Now, once you download these apps onto your smartphone or tablet, you create an account using your library card number and then can check out materials and download them to your device and take them anywhere. I've been using the library for ebooks long before I became a librarian, and I love this service. And now we just launched 2 new services created by BrainFuse called Help Now and Job Now. These were selected in direct response to the COVID-19 crisis to meet the needs of students learning remotely and those who are unexpectedly unemployed. These platforms offer on-demand virtual tutoring, writing assistance, career and interview coaching, resume assistance, and more. Both offer live help daily from 2 to 11 p.m. So they're kind of like an after-school service. There's video content, test prep, homework tools, and additional skill building and career-enhancing resources that are available for 24 hours a day. You can access these resources under the A to Z database listing or type the link on this slide into your web browser. It will take you to a blog post with more information about these databases, and it has links to demo tutorials. So today I am going to highlight 2 of our other databases, Universal Class and Who Knew It. Both offer content that primarily supports lifelong learning. We at ECRL believe that these databases complement each other well to meet a broad range of information needs. So first up is Universal Class. So this is an online collection of over 500 courses that you can take. So these are not just tutorials. They are real classes designed and led by professional instructors. Most of the courses offer continuing education units, or CEUs, and a certificate of completion. So a CEU is a unit of credit equal to 10 hours of participation in an accredited program designed for professionals with certificates or licenses to practice various professions. So certain professions require that their practitioners earn a specific amount of CEUs per year. And so Universal Class has been accredited as an authorized provider by the International Association for Continuing Education and Training, which is the organization that offers the most industry-wide accreditation of official CEUs nationwide. Now, from my research, CEUs can cost anywhere from $20 to $85 depending on the institution. So this database could save you a lot of money. And if this is something that you would like to take advantage of, I always recommend that you first talk to your employer or your board of directors to confirm that they will recognize this CEU credit. So overall, Universal Class is designed to build deeper understanding and mastery of a subject. The courses consist of videos, assignments, quizzes, tests, and there are options for interacting with other learners. You can take up to 5 classes at a time, and once you're enrolled, have 6 months to complete a course. This allows you to learn at your own pace. If you don't need CEUs, but you want to take one of the courses, you can audit and just watch the videos. You don't get a certificate if you take this route. So here is a preview of the course catalog. From courses on digital photography to Babysitting 101, a huge range of topics are represented. Courses in exercise and fitness, entrepreneurship, arts and music, home and garden care, cooking, computers and technology, health and medicine, job assistance, law and legal, parenting and family, pet and animal care, plus hundreds more. You can even take Canoeing 101. So there's courses for businesses, courses for writers, courses for schooling, all kinds of options. Now the next few slides are previews of some of the course overview details. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, so if you'd like more time to read what's on the slides and I'm going too fast for you, just pause the video and resume when you're ready. So here's an overview of the QuickBooks course on Universal Class. It tells you at a glance how many lessons a course has, how long it takes to complete, how many CEUs you can earn, and whether there's a video audit option available. Here's the lesson overview, so you can preview what's covered in the different lessons before signing up for the class. An example of how this is helpful. I was once giving a similar presentation to this one, and a woman in the audience wanted to know if the database could help her husband with facilities management. I don't remember the details, but it was something that he needed to brush up on for work. We looked up the operations management course in the general course catalog. We looked through the lesson list and we found that there was a lesson on facilities. And so while he didn't need to take the entire course, he could video audit and brush up on what he needed to know. You can also see the learning outcomes. And the professor information is available as well, so you can see who is teaching the different courses. So that's all I've got for Universal Class. We are going to transition to Who Knew It. So if Universal Class takes the big picture approach, Who Knew It is the opposite. It's more segmented so you can pinpoint your area of interest and dive right in. It's made of how-to training tutorials, and it has a lot of content on software. Microsoft, Apple, Adobe, and Google products are covered, and it has tutorials on how to use social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress, as well as programs like Firefox or Dropbox. And it also has job training resources and content on how to use mobile devices. So Who Knew It's courses are collections of 1 to 3 minute training tutorials. This allows you to learn at your own pace, skip lessons you are already familiar with, and review lessons that prove more difficult. An example of how I've used this resource. A year ago, I was in grad school and I had to complete a data analysis assignment. Now, I used to be an English major, and data and numbers, they're just not my strengths. But when I needed to do my assignment, I went into Who Knew It. I looked up the module for Microsoft Excel. I found the videos for the formulas that I needed to use, and I ended up getting full points on the assignment. So it's a really practical and really helpful resource. And Who Knew It also has resources on soft skills that are vital in the workplace. There's a long list here. Feel free to look at them. These could all be helpful in training resources for you and your employees if you have employees. Who Knew It also has educational resources. These are important topics for adults, students, and teachers. So if you have middle or high schoolers that are learning from home right now, these could be handy in helping them complete their assignments. So another example of how Who Knew It can be used. I once spoke with a woman who was a Windows user, but her husband used Apple products. And whenever he wanted her to do something on his computer, she wasn't able to because they're just so different. And she wanted to know if Who Knew It could help her learn how to navigate his MacBook. We did some digging and we found that if she knew what operating software the computer was using, Who Knew It did have content that can help her. So it's got all kinds of great content on computers and devices. And it also has material on the internet and digital literacy. So as we know, the internet is an incredible tool, but all tools can be used poorly. Who Knew It has content on how the internet works, how to use it effectively, and how to use it responsibly. This is especially important in a time when so much of our daily life is moving online. And there are also modules on multimedia content. So here is a screenshot of the homepage in Who Knew It. Once you're in the database, you can access the content in a number of ways. There's new and featured content are featured on the homepage, and there's also a search bar and pathways that are collections to specific programs. If you select the menu and click View All Categories, you can also see everything on one page. So here's an example of what a course page looks like. What I like about Who Knew It is that you can take the comprehensive approach. So if you want to learn Excel, you can start at the beginning of a module and watch every single video. Or you can do what I did, and you can just jump in at the point of need. All of Who Knew It's content is also transcribed. So there's highlighted text that appears below the video box, which means that it's accessible for a variety of abilities, which I think is pretty great. So these databases, Universal Class and Who Knew It, were launched several years ago in direct response to our local users who requested resources like these to support their interests and their needs. There are all kinds of ways that you can use them to pursue your personal interests, to learn something new, to meet your continuing education goals, and foster career growth. These databases can also equip you with skills that you need to run your business and can be resources for staff training. A lot of the information in Universal Class and Who Knew It, it is the kind of stuff that you can find via a Google search. I look up stuff on Google all the time, both for home and for work. But what sets these databases and all of the library's online resources apart is that they are credible sources of information. We at the library use our expertise to vet and select resources that have credible content created by professionals, not just some random person who decided to make a YouTube video. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. This is my contact information. I am not accessible by the phone right now, so if you want to get in touch with me specifically, email is your best bet. I frequently do presentations like this around town, so if you'd like me to come to your organization and share about our resources with your team, I would love to do so once we are out of the pandemic. And if there's another way that you'd like to partner with the library to help meet the needs of your business or your clientele, please reach out. The library is here to be a resource for you, and I would love to help any way I can. Thank you so much for your time. You have a wonderful rest of your day and take care.